Hey, thanks for checking out yourlocalnote.com. My name is Mike Stringer, joined as always by RJ McKay. It's time again for another featured podcast, and this week we welcome Leoce, alternative rock band out of Richboro, PA, and they're here in studio with us. But before we do that, let me remind you to download our free iPhone and Android app so you can listen to these songs and more 24/7 on your phone or, of course, on our front page. You can also keep up to date with all these bands and artists by our music news page and live shows page. We update all of that daily for you. So let's get to the first track from Leoce. The first song is called Sit and Wonder. You're listening to yourlocalnote.com.
You're only
And that song is Sit and Wonder, and they are Leoce. You're listening to yourlocalnote.com. Thanks for coming into the studio. I want you to introduce yourself from left to right. Or right to left. I guess it doesn't matter for the podcast. No. Just who you are and the role you play in the band.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sean Hogan. I play bass and sing backups.
I'm Sean Ladden. I play guitar and sing lead vocals.
Kyle Walter. I play drums.
All right, excellent. And now, my first question is very basic. When did you three get together to start this band?
Okay. First off, it was me and Kyle back when we were like 14.
Mm-hmm.
We were jamming together. I was playing guitar since I was in the third grade or so. And then I had nobody to jam with. He lived across the street. I said, hey, man, get some drums. He said, okay. Christmas
like
came along. He got some drums, and then he got killer on the drums. We jammed for a while, and then last October, Sean came along, and we made a band and playing shows, having fun.
How'd you meet Sean? Or Sean, how did you meet them?
All right. Well, when I was a freshman at our high school and they were seniors, and I was like kind of involved in like the school music program, and Kyle was in marching band, and we just had like a lot of mutual friends, so we like became friends that way. And then the next year, saw each other a couple times. We were just kind of like friends in passing, acquaintances, you know. And then at like the end of the summer, I like shot Kyle a text just to see like, what's up, how's he doing, what's new in his life. And he was like, hey, so me and my friend have this gig in like 2 weeks, so learn all of our songs and be in our band.
Didn't give you an option, he just told you.
Yeah.
Now, when did you first pick up the bass?
Well, when I was like 8, I played upright bass in my elementary school. So imagine like a little girl with a big upright bass.
Right.
That was me. And then when I was 12, my brother's friend's mom told my mom about a program called School of Rock, if you've heard of that.
Yep.
I started the program when I was 12. I'm still in it to this day.
Oh, cool.
And that's how I transitioned over to electric bass.
Got it. Now, Leoce, who came up with that name? You're already moving the mic over. So.
Yeah, no, I guess technically my brother, I believe, came up with that name. It was like a goofy nickname we had for my dad. And I don't know if there's a real origin to it. I think it's just my brother being a goofball, you know.
So your dad's name was Leo?
No, his name was Joe. And,
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I don't know, and ever since before I can remember, we called him Leoce from time to time. It was just like a cool name, I guess, and
yeah.
I thought he passed 2 years ago, and I thought it'd be a good homage.
Nice,
to
it is.
my late father.
Now, that first song that we played, Sit and Wonder, what can you tell us about that song? What is that song about?
Just breaking up with a girl, and that sucks. You know? Wanting the girl back, but, you know, it's definitely over. And you're just wondering when the time will come when you're over it.
Sure.
Simple as that.
Got it. Okay. Now, as far as your influences, each of you, what influence is your style of play individually?
I guess with me, Sublime really affected my singing and guitar playing, I suppose, and Nirvana and the Dave Matthews Band. Real mainstream stuff there, but.
For me, bass-wise, I have to go with John Paul Jones. Mostly everything I write has John Paul Jones influence, just like the way he goes about writing bass lines. I always have him in the back of my head.
Mine's probably the same as Sean. It's a lot of Nirvana, Dave Matthews, pretty much anything from the 90s that you would hear on the radio.
Okay, well, it makes sense. You guys are boyhood friends, and so it seems to make sense that way. So when it comes to songwriting, what is, I know, Sean, we talked to you about the first song. How is just tell us or go through the songwriting process that you guys have.
All right, well, say it's like I have some ham and cheese and some bread, lettuce, tomato, onion. I have all that.
Did we turn to a cooking show? What happened?
I have.
we were talking to music.
I have all of this stuff, out in front of me.
Okay.
And I put it all together, and then I give the sandwich to Kyle and Sean, and they say, why not put the tomatoes up here and the lettuce down here instead?
What an analogy.
Pretty much.
I have
that.
never.
That makes sense, correct?
Now it does.
Yeah.
After I let you put everything together.
I give them bricks, and they build me a boat.
Okay, that's another. Wow. A boat out of bricks.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going out on the river with you guys. That's for sure. Jeez. Go ahead, Sean.
I also just want to add to that. Sean comes to us with the coolest stuff, and then Kyle and I think of really outlandish things, but then bring it together and tailor it to make something that's a little more cohesive. But I think one of the best songs that we have was I came up with this space. It was just a riff that I was going to use in a solo,
right?
And I was strangely proud of it. So I showed Sean, and he was like, "Hey, I really like that. Teach it to me." About a week later, he had lyrics, verse, chorus. And then brought it to the two of us, and Kyle added this crazy, ridiculous bridge part, and now it's one of our favorite songs, and it's called Keep It Alive. We don't have it studio recorded, but there's a live recording of it floating around somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's kind of
the way it happens.
Yeah.
It's someone comes up with an idea and then throws it out there, and then Kyle, you really work with it. And then you bring it back to the other two to add mustard and mayonnaise, little whatever else you want to put into that, and then put it together. Okay? I was trying to stick with the food stuff. All right, let's go to song number 2, and we'll talk about it when we get back. This is called "This Is Real," and this is from the While We're Here EP. Is that correct? All right, and this is yourlocalnote.com as we're hanging out with Leoce.
Blow like the wind, slow, steadily, and freely. I will sail to the end. My thoughts will always flow, just like the blood in my veins, smooth and consistent. This ride will forever remain. Oh, the feeling in the air really makes me feel that this is real. Beautiful and ugly, love and hate, the truth is funny 'cause you're really here. Oh yeah, I won't be here for too long. So while I'm here I gotta carry on. I know sometimes I'll get lost, but I'll always come back home. I'll always come back home. One day I'll wake up in a new place, with my past far behind. Still looking up at the same stars, so far away, but I know they're mine. Oh, the feeling in the air really makes me feel that this is real. Beautiful and ugly, love and hate, the truth is funny 'cause you're really here. Oh yeah, I won't be here for too long. Well, I won't be here for too long. So while I'm here, I gotta carry on. I know sometimes I'll get lost. I'll get lost, I'll always come back home. Always come back home. I won't be here for too long. So while I'm here, I gotta carry on. I know sometimes I'll get lost. I'll get lost, I'll always come back home. Always come back home.
The song is called This Is Real from the EP While We're Here, and the band is Leoce. I'm RJ, Mike hanging out with us here on yourlocalnote.com. All right, let's talk about that song. Sean, take us through the process. What is that song about?
The song, I guess it's just like almost like a mantra of some sort, you know?
Okay.
Just like basically saying seize the day kind of thing.
Okay.
And it's just while we have X amount of time to live. And
Sure.
So
live it
we're
to the
alive
fullest.
here, yeah.
And so do you
Enjoy it.
Do you write most of the lyrics to the songs?
Yes.
Okay. Do you get help from other people, or do you pretty
No,
much take care of it all?
I take care of the
Where
words.
do you get your inspiration then, or your ideas from? Anywhere? Is it personal experiences? Is it just something you see and you're like, oh, that'd be cool to write about?
Oh man, that's actually like a tough question to answer because really, the way the songs come about is just I can't fall asleep at like 3 a.m. or something.
Then you start thinking about
grab the
stuff?
guitar, yeah, and usually if I have a set of chords together or a riff or something, and I just start like mumbling a melody over it,
Mm-hmm.
and then usually a first line of a song lyrically comes out just from
And then-
improv words, and then the song could totally be about just whatever that random first line was.
Then you start building around that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess things come from just what I'm thinking about at the time, you know. Or
Okay. And God
stuff
knows
that's
what
heavy on my mind.
God knows what it is at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Now you've got the one album that you you've got 2 albums out or 2 EPs out.
Oh no, we have one demo and one single. That
Okay.
first track you guys heard, "Sit and Wonder," we recorded at Forge Studios.
Yes, and you want
And
that.
it's just that one track, and then the other one is our 11-song or 7-song demo
7,
that
11.
we recorded in a basement.
Okay, very nice. Well, you won the recording at Forge Recording Studios with the Rising competition in November. Tell us a little bit about that. How cool
Yeah, the
was
World
that?
Cafe Live, Philly Rising competition. We came in 3rd out of like 1,000 acts that went through the year, and that was a whole lot of fun. Great experience, and met some good people. Listened to some great musicians, and it was great.
So when you actually went into Forge Recording for this song, did the song end up changing at all in your eyes?
Which song? This is
The
real?
Sit and Wonder.
Sit and Wonder.
Yeah.
Did the song change? No, I think.
No, like was it you just went there and you actually recorded everything you had planned? Was there any producer there giving you any direction or anything like that?
A little bit, but for the most part, it was all already written, and we just went in, recorded it pretty much live to a click, and then we overdubbed vocals over it at the end. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but I know, or as we were recording and as Sean was doing the vocal track, I was sitting in the other room and I was like thinking of all these harmonies I wanted to do, and they were like, no, like we've always done it this way, and like shouldn't put the harmonies in now. And I was like, all right, totally agree with you. But then like now I sing them live anyway, so I was adding stuff to the song as we were recording, but I didn't put it on the recording.
Got it. Now is that just something because you think was that your first time in a studio professional
In a
studio?
professional studio, yeah.
Right. So you probably had all these ideas of what it would be like to record in a professional studio, and you just wanted to start layering the song.
Yeah.
So you said you recorded and mixed everything yourself for the EP?
Well, it was actually a friend of ours who has taught himself studio work and recording since he was like 14. But I mean, for building his own like makeshift studio, he does a really good job. And he learned everything just by trial and error.
Excellent.
So we didn't do any of the mixing. He did all of the mixing and mastering, and he would just send us stuff and we'd say, "Here, change this. We don't like this, whatever." And then he'd get back to us with final products, which ended up sounding really, really good.
Good. And now that are you working on? You have the single now. Are you working on new material currently?
Somewhat. A lot right now when we're rehearsing and stuff. We're kind of tightening up and doing subtle changes to songs we've had for a while now. And we're not spending a huge amount of time working on brand new stuff, but we still try to craft stuff together. And
now, when you play these songs out live, because you guys have a ton of shows, you've been playing a ton of shows, you got a ton of shows coming up.
Yeah.
Do you improvise at all while you're on stage? Did this changes? Did the song change from their recordings?
Well, a lot of the stuff that we've changed from the recordings, we've added in rehearsals. So there isn't too much improv, but I know that I improv most of my solos, and Sean does to some extent. But we actually have a new song where we're stepping into a jam realm that we haven't quite ventured into that much yet. We wanted to like jam with it, and we do. I mean, I think we do to some extent, but we're slowly entering the realm of just jamming on stage and just seeing what happens. But I think one of our big strong suits is writing really cool parts and transitions and like rehearsing them and making them really tight. So that's more what we're focused on.
Okay, so the jam thing is just kind of happening. It's not something you sat down and thought maybe we should try this.
No.
Brilliant.
No, pretty much we just have well-structured songs, and this is how it is, which I'm a fan of, and I'm also not a fan of, but it works for what we do. And if you're an audience member, it doesn't seem like a routine thing, I don't think.
Right. Right. Now, the next song that we're going to feature here, Taking It Breezy, specifically that song, take us through the songwriting process there.
It's just a girlfriend of mine from a while ago, and it's just a love song saying, I love you.
Okay. Well, what about the music side of it?
Music side, Jack Johnson, I guess, was just running through my head.
Yeah.
And I just had this little guitar part that I was playing over and over for a few days, and then finally got some words down on it, and came really easily and naturally.
This is one of your
It's a
quicker
really
songs?
simple song, and it just flowed out really well.
And I know Sean and Kyle brought this song to me when I was first it was like our first or second rehearsal ever. So I was still like getting to know Sean. I only like kind of knew Kyle, and I wanted to be all fancy and be like, I know music theory and stuff. So I added in like this cool like major 7 thing in the bass line there, and I was kind of just doing it to show off, but then it ended up sounding really cool. So to this day, that's the bass line. It like has this really dissonant major 7 in it. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll be listening for that as we go to Taking It Breezy. The band is called Leoce, and you're listening to yourlocalnote.com.
Oh baby, sometimes you can feel uncertain, unsure, just not right. But baby, all that means is you're human. We're all just humans, just know my arms are here waiting. You're not alone, you're not alone when you're with me. Don't you know your eyes hold the greatest view? summertime is gonna be me and you. We've been diving and loving and always kissing and hugging, wrestling on the living room floor. It's these moments so small, so big at the same time. When I leave you, you leave me wanting more of you. So true. Don't you know your eyes hold the greatest view? It's everything you do that attracts me to you, yeah. La da 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 da, 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 yeah. Don't you know your eyes hold the greatest view? It's everything you do that attracts me to you, yeah.
That is Taking It Breezy. They are Leoce, and this is yourlocalnote.com. Joke was told during that song. I'm sure
I
it was
just made
hilarious.
a dumb face. They laughed at me.
Let's talk about the two. You got the first EP, which is While We're Here EP. We got 7 songs on that. And then also the single Sit and Wonder. Where is that available right now?
All right, so they're both available on leoce.bandcamp.com.
Okay. And also you've been playing a ton of shows like I mentioned before. You have a whole bunch of shows lined up coming up in the future. Let's go through some of those.
All right, so May 17th, we're playing at Connie's Rick Rack on 9th Street. We play at midnight. And then the next night, the May 18th, we're playing at the American Legion in Willow Grove with the Maulers. The day after that, we're playing at a Wow Cow Creamery in Wrightstown. So come out, get some ice cream, hear some tunes.
Ice cream and tunes. You can't beat that.
You can't. The next Friday, May 24th, we're playing at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Nice.
July 3rd at the Grape Room.
Nice.
We play at 10, I believe, that night. And then August, I think it's the first weekend in August, we're playing at the Elephant Talk Indie Music Festival at Le Grand Fromage in Atlantic City.
All right. Very nice. You guys are very busy.
We try to be. We try to be.
Okay. So, I mean, go through the process. I mean, are you just calling people up to tell, because you're a fairly new band. So
Yeah.
how do these places find you guys?
Well, I wrote an email template a while ago, so we basically just change little things depending
Sure.
on where we're sending it.
Right.
And I just send lots and lots of emails.
Do you send a demo to them?
Yeah, we have the link to our YouTube, our Facebook page, our Twitter, and our Bandcamp.
Oh, okay. And then they check it out and they get back to you.
Mm-hmm. And there's
not.
definitely been a lot of times.
Very positive, Kyle. Nice.
There's definitely been a lot of times where I'll physically walk in somewhere and hand them our CD. Or we just know other bands that are like, hey, get on this gig.
Okay, so you get a little reference there.
Yeah.
Very cool. Real quickly, we didn't really touch too much on this, but While We're Here, your new EP, you guys recorded it yourself. Is that correct?
We recorded it at our friend's house.
At your friend, okay.
He did all of the
but
recording work.
But you had most of the input as far as producing it is concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, did he have any input at all, or he just recorded because he's basically teaching himself?
Yeah, he actually came up with like some harmonies and songs and suggested I'd use like this guitar over that guitar.
Oh, okay.
Or, put distortion here or not here, and had Kyle trying out some bongos on something.
Mm-hmm.
So he had great input on it.
Was it, the process harder or easier than you thought it would be?
Easier.
Really?
Yeah. I was kind of nervous, and because we were paying him
right
the session or the hour. whatever. Regardless, we were paying him,
Right.
and I was afraid that it might take a long time, but we kind of banged it out in like 3 sessions, and
Do you think it helped that you guys had played the music a lot beforehand?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
At the time, we'd only been a band for like a month,
Yeah.
so it was still all relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Will you go back to him for your second album, or are you going to just think about it?
Nah, we hope to, get in some nice professional studios and
Okay.
make some quality product.
Very cool. All right, let's talk about your last song here, "The Buddha."
It's about Buddha,
The statue.
Siddhartha. Yeah, the dude. I guess I was watching
Buddha the dude,
I was watching this WHYY.
right?
There's like this documentary just about the whole history of
Buddhism.
Buddhism and
Okay.
the actual man.
Oh,
behind
okay.
the
So it's
religion.
not a nickname for anybody.
No, and I was just I was taken aback by his whole story and his beliefs, and
Uh-huh.
I'm not a devout Buddhist or
But you thought it was interesting,
yeah. I just thought he was.
and you wrote a song
I
about
thought
that.
he was a really cool guy.
Did you write it from your point of view, looking at the
No, I guess the song is speaking in first person as if
you are a Buddhist?
speaking from him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from-
It's the actual Buddha.
Yeah,
And he's-
speaking. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. All right.
man.
Very good, guys. Hey, thank you so much for hanging with us.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you doing that. So, once again, we'll have a brand new podcast next week with a brand new band, and check it out. Also, don't forget, we're streaming 24/7, and of course, you can download our free app. All you have to do is go to the respective stores, iPhone or Android, and type in YLN, download it for free, and check out all this great music, including Leoce. We have that going 24/7. Also, Mike, we've got a weekly newsletter, and you can just go to our website, yourlocalnote.com, and you can see how you can sign up for that. So we have all that going on, so check it out. And of course, you got our live events page too. All right, guys, once again, thank you so much. We're wrapping things up with The Buddha from their EP, While We're Here. This is Leoce on yourlocalnote.com.
Once upon a time, I was like all of you, though I still am. I just need you to see what I have seen. I sat still under the moon and the stars, asking, wondering, remembering. I saw my best lives and the joy and hatred my soul has seen. I realized many things, but above all things, we're all living beings, and that's all we can be. Let go, embrace everything. Insight into another perspective. You This song can't relieve my disguise. And then your eyes will freeze on the clock. Your brain will stop in shock. You just gotta let